everybody. I am getting ready to make a main dish for dinner tonight, and I thought I would just come on here and make a video of this so that I can show you some of the tools that I love. I know the holidays are coming, and wow, I haven't had a shower today and I haven't put on makeup, so you all are seeing me au naturel. But I gathered all my ingredients for a microwave white chicken chili, and I thought I would just come on here and kind of show you how easy it is to put together, show you some of the tools. It might give you some ideas for Christmas gifts for people. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take whole cloves of garlic, and this microwave white chicken chili is really quick because we're going to roast whole cloves of garlic, but we're going to do it in the microwave. So we're going to take a knife and we're going to kind of chop off the top part of that garlic so you expose all the cloves. My favorite new knife, they just came out September 1st, and we've updated our forged cutlery, and it definitely has put us ahead any of the competition. And this is my 5-inch Santoku knife, so it's my very absolute favorite knife to use. Just kind of multi-purpose, slicing, dicing, mincing, super sharp, gonna have a nice sharp edge for a really long time. And the best part about these, they're lifetime guaranteed. I already actually have had 3 people call and order the entire knife block set as Christmas gifts for someone. So definitely a really great gift. And if it's something you would like to have for your own kitchen, what I want you to keep in mind, anything that I show you today, when you host your own cooking party or catalog online party this month in December, you pick any one item or any set that you want, it's 60% off. So that could mean your knife set, which is normally $369. So it takes it down to like 140 some odd dollars, I believe. I'm not a mathematician, but it's right around there. So we're going to take those 3 cloves of garlic and we're going to roast them in our classic batter bowl, which this has been one of the favorites of Pampered Chef people for years and years and years. It's a mixing bowl. It's a measure cup. It has measurements in the side, a pour spout, a nice handle to hold on to. You can store in it. It has the lid. You can bake in it. It goes into your oven. It's what they make those Barbie cakes with. But we're going to put in our cloves of garlic, and we are going to sprinkle some salt and drizzle with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now this little Easy Read mini measure cup is something you can't get anymore, but I have to use it because it's my absolute favorite. So if you were lucky enough to get that before they discontinued it, kudos to you because you absolutely love it, probably as much as I do. I have 4 of them in the drawer right below me here. But we're just going to drizzle that olive oil right over the top of those garlic cloves. Now, oh my gosh, nose itch. I have to itch my, oh my gosh, you all just saw my belly. That's lovely. Really cooking with Missy. And then we're going to sprinkle on 1/4 teaspoon of salt from our measuring spoon set. And I love my little salt cellar here. It's not a Pampered Chef item, but this just shows you that I use things in my kitchen that are not Pampered Chef items as well. So we're going to put that 1/4 teaspoon of salt on there. We're going to cover with the lid, and we're going to microwave this for about 3 minutes until those garlic cloves are soft. So we'll let those get going. Now that batter bowl that I showed you also makes a really great gift for this holiday season. You could go with the small one or the large one. The small one, I have lots and lots of layered mixes, cowboy chili, tortellini soup, celebration cookies, a brownie mix, and a pumpkin bread mix that you can layer those dry ingredients and then put a tag on that bowl telling people what to add to it, mix it up in the bowl, and then they can bake their goodies. You could double those recipes and do it in that classic batter bowl that we just put into the microwave. And you can order those bowls. Let me know if you want to order them. We can get them ordered, get them in time for Christmas so you can do your layered mixes, and I can forward you all of those recipes. The nice part about that is a lot of times people do it in a mason jar, and there's really no motivation to empty that mason jar. And I had some that sat on the top of my cabinet. They were really cute decorations for like 6 years, and finally at that point the ingredients inside were no good, so I dumped them out and put the mason jar in the basement. But people are going to use your ingredients in these because the motivation is they want to get that bowl empty so they can use their classic or their small batter bowl. So we'll get that going there. And then any kind of soup that I make, we're going to use our rock crock today. I'll get to that in a minute, but I love this manual food processor because my knives are great and they're awesome tools, but let's face it, when I'm doing a soup, I just want to know that I'm getting all those ingredients in there, and I don't care if it's sliced, diced, minced, julienne, however it is, I just want it in there. So I'm going to chop it up with our little manual food processor, and I just have some poblano pepper, so we're going to kind of throw that in there. And this is what a poblano looks like. So it's kind of like a green pepper, but jalapeno shape, so green pepper size, jalapeno shape, and it's more mellow than a jalapeno. And we'll just cut that top off, and you can see in there we're just gonna kind of pull out the insides and dump our little seeds out. And then I'm just gonna kind of slice it into nice little pieces, throw them all into our manual food processor, and this makes super quick, easy work of this. Especially if you have somebody who doesn't like to eat peppers, they don't like to eat onions. You can get the flavor in there, but you can definitely disguise them so that people don't see kind of what's in your food. Now, I don't know if I have one in here, but my tool that I love to use with my manual food processor, and I don't think I have one in here right now, it must be in the dishwasher, is the little mini mix and scraper, because it's perfect to scrape down these sides like that, and you can kind of see we have everything getting started. You still have some big chunks in the middle. Then I just give it a shape to get all those bigger chunks down to the inside, and finish chopping up. And I want it a little finer than that. Let me go grab a bowl so we'll have something to pour our ingredients into while we're waiting for everything else to cook. So I'm just going to use one of our glass mixing bowls. These are really cool, and I love the silicone stretch lids that go over the top. Those are really, really awesome as well. But you can see, you can pull out your lid, and everything's nice and finely diced up. You didn't have to do it with a knife. If you're doing onions, which we're going to do in a minute, you don't have to worry about no crying, no tears. So our garlic is done. We're going to pull it out of the microwave, and then we're just going to sit and let it cool a little bit. So let's pull it out. I don't know if you guys can see in there, kind of all that steam is in there. It's kind of steamed that garlic. It's made it nice and soft. So we're going to let that sit to the side. Ooh, it's super hot. And then we're going to we might as well do the top of that pepper as well, get as much in there as we can. And then we're going to do an onion. And again, I like to cut it into smaller pieces. We're going to throw it in, and we're going to give it a chop. And the key is you got to quit knocking your middle post out of there to keep it going. But this is not only for just chopping all your veggies. You could chop fruits with this as well. You could chop nuts. You could chop candies. Those Oreo bowls that everybody's making this time of year, they're perfect to chop up your Oreos. Nuts for all of your baking. And it's what I call nut dust. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm like totally bleeding here. Let me go grab a Band-Aid. You're going to watch me go right into my bathroom. This is why I always joked if I had a cooking show, we would call it Making a Ginormous Freaking Mess with Missy, because not only am I going to make a mess, I'm going to cut myself, knife is really sharp, and I'm going to bleed all over the place. So luckily I'm not at a show and you guys aren't having to worry about me bleeding in your food. Now I'm going to grab a glove. All right, this should do it. Not that anybody in my household would care, but you never know. Okay. And again, I just want to open up, make sure everything's kind of smushed down, push the bigger pieces to the bottom. Also, you can make in here your salad dressings, flavored cream cheese spreads, homemade mayonnaise. There's a little thumbprint cookie dough that you can mix in here. And then the nice part is, cleanup wise, we still have one big piece here. We're gonna just get rid of him. Cleanup wise, everything just goes right into the dishwasher, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, I say everything with the exception of the top of your food processor. So this part, I just wring out a hot soapy rag, I wash it off with hardly any water in it, just hot soapy water, and then I wash it off with a pretty dry wrung out rag, dry it off, put it to the side. Otherwise, throw everything else in your dishwasher, so cleanup there is an absolute breeze. So let's talk about this rock crock. Rock crock, for those of you who have been familiar with the deep covered baker, this is a really, really cool tool. This is the next generation of deep covered baker. So your deep covered baker went into the microwave and it went into the oven. This is going to go in your microwave. It's going to go in your oven. You're going to throw it on the stove top, gas or electric, doesn't matter. You're going to be able to put it under the broiler to broil the tops of pasta dishes or desserts off. You can cook out on your barbecue grill with it. It cleans up beautifully in the dishwasher, and it's microwave safe. So I want you to think about that. Where can you find a pan that you take off of your stovetop and you stick it in the microwave? People freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, did you just take that off the stovetop and put it in the microwave? Yes, I did. And Pampered Chef is the only place that you're gonna find this technology. There are 6 different shapes and sizes. What I'm going to show you is called the 4-quart Dutch oven rock crock. This is my favorite. It's the one I think everybody should start with. There is one bigger, and I think everybody needs that, but starting with, I think this is what you want. And the reason is I find the big one a lot of times doesn't fit in some people's microwaves. It will fit in mine. So this one is just a little bit easier to get started with, so you can use all those places. This carrier is exclusive for November host, and here's the good deal. I know you're saying it's December. If you want to do a book show and collect $200 in orders, I can consider that a November show as long as we turn it in by December 15th. And you can get this combo set with this exclusive carrier that won't ever be offered in our normal line, they tell us. So it's only for those November hosts. But what happens is you can unhook this. This is so when you're on the go with your rock crock, you can take it with you. This will Velcro, so it keeps your lid nice and safe. It comes with this piece, and this is one of my favorite pieces of this, because when you put it on, it keeps the lid from rattling, but also if you're transporting a soup, it's not slopping out of the edges, it seals, so you're not slopping your dish out. And then what this holds is your rock crock, and the thing I didn't tell you is the only thing that makes a rock crock better is that it also plugs in. So it goes all those places, but also you pop it down into the stand that has low, warm, and high, and you can do your slow cooker cooking right in here. And the beautiful part about that is that a lot of recipes, well, all recipes that have meat in it, somewhere at one point before they were passed down said to brown or sear the meat first. So this, I can put it on top of the stove, I can brown or sear my meat, I can throw it in my slow cooker stand, throw all my ingredients in, put the lid on, set it on low, go to work, come home, and you're all done. You can store your soups. You can store this right in the fridge, take it out of the fridge, put it in the microwave, put it in the oven, put it on the stovetop. Super, super versatile, so it can come right out of your fridge and you can do that. Or maybe you've made a dessert and you want to keep that dessert warm all evening long while all the girls are playing bunco, or you have some families or some couples over, and you can just do your dessert in your rock crock and then drop it down here in your warmer stand and put it on warm, and it's going to keep it warm all night. Or like I always talk about at my shows, I feel like families eat in shifts because you all have a million different activities and people are coming and going. And so the nice part is that you can put this on warm after you've made your meal. Maybe you did it in the microwave, so it'd be super quick, and you put it on warm so that it's going to keep that meal warm as people are coming or going. So in here, we're just going to put those poblanos. We're going to put in, what is it, Missy? Our onions. I took 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now, when I've made this before, I've used chicken breast. It always called for boneless, skinless thighs, and for a long time, you couldn't find those around here. So now I have thighs, and the reason we use those is because they're a little more fatty, and they add more depth and more flavor to the soup. But if you want it a little lower in fat, you can go ahead and use boneless, skinless chicken in this as well. So we combined our onions and our peppers. I have our chicken in here. We are going to add our seasoning mix, and our magic seasoning tonight for this soup is going to be our Southwest seasoning mix. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that, and that's why I like our measuring spoon set. Look how little and skinny that is, and that's a standard size seasoning bottle opening. That fits down in, so you're not pouring over your sink and wasting half of what you've spent a fortune on, and it makes it really easy just to dip down in here and pour your seasonings right down in. So that's our Southwest seasoning, our chicken, and we are going to add a tablespoon of oil. I'm actually going to use our garlic infused canola oil because I absolutely love that infusion of just a little bit of extra garlic flavor. I call it my little bottle of gold, and you're gonna love it if you get that. So I just like to seal these up. I give them a toss around. We're gonna also add 1/2 teaspoon of salt to the baker. So I'm gonna open up my little salt cellar here, and I'm just using kosher salt in here with those measuring spoons. Just kind of make sure everything's coated, get everything happy. And you heard me right. We're putting the chicken in, and we're going to cook chicken in the microwave, y'all. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? You say that to people and they freak out because they're like, oh my gosh, chicken in the microwave. It's going to be dry and it's going to be rubbery and it's going to look all funky. No, it's not. Because the thing is, you have to have the right vessel to do it, and the rock crock is absolutely the right vessel to be able to do that. And the other thing is, you have to have the right recipe. And whenever you get a rock crock from me, I'm going to forward you 400 recipes that you can do in your rock crock. So we're going to do that on 4 minutes on high. Oh, that's the timer, Missy. You got to know how to use your own microwave. Okay, so we're going to cook those chicken thighs, poblano, onion, seasoning, and oil for 4 minutes on high. Then we're going to stir it a little bit, and then we're going to go about 4 to 6 minutes more. It probably actually won't even take that long, probably a couple minutes. So 6 minutes total is probably what it's going to take then in our microwave to get that chicken done. But you can do cakes in 10 minutes, brownies in 6 minutes, crisps and crumbles in like 15 to 18 minutes. You can do breakfast casseroles right in the microwave, quick, super, super easy. And then again, clean up in the dishwasher. It goes in the stand. Now typically this stand would cost $60, but I never let people buy the rock crock unless you buy it with the stand, because when you buy them as a combo, you only pay $30 for this. So the whole combo set is $169, well worth every penny that you're going to pay for it. But if you do that November book show, like we said, and you collect just $200 in orders, you get this whole set plus the carrier, not for $169, for $87. That's 60% off. That's only 20 more bucks than this would cost you. So definitely think about maybe hosting a show, collecting some orders, throwing it out on Facebook. You don't have to do a live show, even just pass a book around and you can collect some orders. People are ordering for Christmas and looking for Christmas gifts. So definitely check our website, pamperedchef.biz, /Missy Chef, MISSYCHEF, and great gift ideas there. So while that's cooking, I am going to take 2 cans of Great Northern beans and just use our really awesome little smooth edge can opener here. And I love this because you have no sharp edges, you don't have metal shavings inside the can, you don't have paper shavings inside of the can. But it's so funny to see people use this. Now you've been around, you can't get it off, back it up, it comes off. People look at it and they're like, well, that didn't open. So then they go on to the next one and they buzz it around, and again, they think it didn't work. Well, it does. It's only removing the original seal put on the can. So back that up and use this little pair of pliers. They're open until I push this button, and then they close. And your can opener would be white. Mine just happens to be blue. And then you pinch that right off, just like this. We're going to open this up, and we're going to actually drain our beans in our easy read measuring colander. So I don't know if you can see, but it has measurements here, and then it just has holes. So when I pour my beans in, I can drain right in my sink. Now these we don't want rinsed, we just want drained. You don't want to drain off all of that starch. It's going to help kind of thicken up our soup. And the nice part with that colander is it hangs, that little handle hangs right in between the 2 sinks, so it just hangs there and drains, and I don't have to worry about it. So that's called the Easy Read Measuring Colander. And then we have our smooth edge can opener, which is perfect for all those people with little kids, or just so you don't have sharp edges, you're not cutting yourself or cutting open your garbage bag. So when our meat comes out, we're finished cooking that, we are going to mix in our cannellini beans. We're going to mix in 1 jar of salsa verde. So we're going to pop that little guy open. And of course we're going to need our garlic. So let's take a look and see if this happens to be cool enough for me to handle. It might not be. I don't know if you can see all that garlic in there, but what's going to happen is you're going to push that, if I can get close enough for you guys to see it, and all that garlic is just going to start popping up out of there. So we want to pop this garlic, and it's pretty hot. Usually I cook it well before and let it cool, but clearly I wasn't prepared because I didn't think I was going to show you guys what I was cooking. So now we squeezed everything out of there. It's nice and empty. We're going to move on to our next one. This glove kind of helps not only keep the blood out of everybody's food, but it's protecting my hands from the heat as well a little bit. And you might have to go back and pull out a few of those little skins, and that's okay. Just kind of squirt it out there. So now this roasted garlic is going to be a much more mellow flavor. You could do this and you could mush it up and you could serve it with some homemade bread, just adding it into anything that you want a little garlic flavor in. But roasting it like this is going to be a little more mellow. So if you have somebody who's not a huge garlic fan, it might be what you want to do. Let me rinse off my fingers. And so our chicken is done for that first 4 minutes. What I always like to do is pull it out. People always go, oh my gosh, isn't that hot? Well, it's not usually hot at this point. It hasn't been in the microwave long enough for this to be hot. And then I'm just going to use, let's see if we can find, you can see all my utensils down here. Yes, I do have a Pampered Chef problem. We're going to use our little chef's tongs here. And I like to get in halfway through and just turn all of the chicken over, kind of mush our veggies up, and then we're going to go right back into the microwave. And they say for another 4 to 6 minutes, so we'll get that turned on. Now I have all my little garlic cloves in here. I want to squish them up. So what I'm going to use for that, and I don't know if I can find it, because I think I have it packed away in my show stuff, but this will give you the idea. So our mix and chop, which is the hamburger thingy, this little guy, great for hamburger, great for mixing meatloaf, crushing avocados, crushing potatoes. But if you want it a little finer, you can use something called the mix and mash. Now this is the mix in chunks, so it's going to make chunks for like egg salad. It'll make chunks for guacamole. The mix and mash has circles so that you can really get down into your pan and you can really smush and mash up that garlic. You can mash up those potatoes so that they're a little finer. I do my mashed potatoes in my rock crock. It'll take about 2.5 pounds of russet potatoes, and you can be lazy if you want to be. You don't have to peel them. Now you might like the peels. You can peel half of them. You're going to put those in there with about a half a cup of milk, 18 minutes in the microwave, and halfway through I just rotate all the potatoes so everybody has a new seat in there. And then when they come out after those 18 minutes, potatoes are done. I add butter, milk, salt, and pepper, and I mash them. If I want chunky, I use my mix and chop. If I want finer, I'll use my mix and mash. That process of cooking those potatoes is the beginning of the process to make a loaded baked potato soup, which is also delicious and will take you less than 30 minutes. So now you can see we have our garlic all mashed up. Everything is ready to go there. I'm just going to pour everything in here that we're going to add in. So we're going to add in those cannellini beans. Let's see what else. Oh, the salsa verde. And you know what? I'm not going to put that in because there's no reason for me to try to get it out of the jar back into here and then back into that rock crock. So we'll just let that go and we'll let that cook. Now, I'm going to get rid of this glove. When our chicken comes out of the microwave, we are going to use, hopefully, if I have one in here, our salad choppers. And our salad choppers are a great tool, of course, for doing salad, but also, oh my gosh, I don't think I have one in here. Oh, here they are. So the idea behind these, you have 2 blades here. It looks like a pair of scissors, but you're not going to use them kind of like a pair of scissors at all. What you're going to do is you're going to throw your wedge of lettuce in the bowl, your baby carrots, mushrooms, and you're just going to get down in the bowl, chop, chop, chop. But we a lot call them the chicken choppers because we like to chop chicken after we've cooked it in our rock crock in the microwave. We like to chop pork to do pulled pork. We like to do beef to do Italian beef. A whole bowl of strawberries, chop, chop, chop for strawberry shortcake. A whole bowl of cherry tomatoes if you need them for a little salad. So you can do way more with these than just doing your salads. So you can definitely use them for meat. They call them the chicken choppers. Now when this soup all comes together, we're going to chop up our chicken with the chicken choppers, salad choppers. We're going to add in our beans, our garlic, our salsa verde. We are going to cover it and we are going to microwave another 7 minutes just to heat the whole thing through. And then I like to serve it with a dollop of sour cream and just a little side of what is it? Cilantro. That's what it is, cilantro. So we're going to serve that with a little bit of cilantro on the side. A really quick and easy meal. That's how all 400 of these recipes are that I'll forward you that go with your rock crock. So definitely share this video with your friends. If you see anything you would like, just comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I'm going to be placing an order Monday where if you will pick up from my house, I won't charge you any shipping. I'm going to pay all the shipping on everything. So we can get you in on that little deal. And also when you spend $75, you're going to get to pick a free product if you're having it shipped to your house. If you have it shipped to me, I'm going to put it all together, so you won't get to do that. But if you're spending $75 and you're shipping it to yourself, then you're going to get to pick a freebie as well. So I'll take a picture of the chili when it's all done, and I'll post it along with this video. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you're loving the rock crock if you have it. If you have it, comment below and tell people what you love about it. And until then, I just hope you all have a really Merry Christmas.